Good evening, everyone. We have such a wonderful podcast tonight, and Darman fans would recognize this wonderful, beautiful actress, Bhaavika Gaddam. And
Yes,
you may know
Bhaavika.
her that she plays several wonderful characters on Darman. She's a rising star in the entertainment industry,
Oh.
known for her compelling performances, dedication to her craft. She has made a significant impact through her work with Dhar Mann Studios, where she brings to life powerful and inspirational stories that resonate with millions of viewers worldwide. And I'm one of them. With a background in drama and a passion for storytelling, Pavika has quickly become a fan favorite, captivating audiences with her authenticity and emotional depth. Her roles in various short films and series have showcased her versatility and as an actress, allowing her to explore a wide range of characters and narratives. Pavika's commitment to her roles and her ability to connect with her audience on a personal level have earned her a loyal following and critical acclaim. Beyond her work with Darman Studios, Pavika has also been involved in other notable projects, including Darkroom, which is a TV series a few years ago. She plays the character Camilla. And the show is a blend of comedy and drama, and Pavika's role as Camilla is central to the storyline. Camilla is a complex character who navigates various personal and professional challenges, bringing depth and nuance to the series. Now, your portrayal of Camilla showcases your versatility as an actress, and you depthly balance comedic and drama elements of the role, which is good. Your
Thank
performance in Darkroom has been praised for its authenticity and emotional resonance, making Camila a memorable and relatable character for the audience. That's interesting. I want to talk to you about that. It's also
Okay.
another one. You were in a show called Face Off as well.
Face Off. What is Face Off?
That was actually in your IMDb.
Oh, you know what? I think it's my it's actually funny enough, the director of that works now for Darman. But I think it was his intermediate film from college, I think. But I've never seen it. I should ask him. I've never seen it.
Wow. So, yeah, it's amazing. Thank you for being on our podcast, Pavika.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And I know that we were trying to get you on for the last few months, and finally, come down to this.
I know. Finally, we're here.
Do 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 do. Mwah, mwah.
Is that the intro?
I want to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how did you get into acting? When did it all start?
I've always been interested in it. I I remember when I was 4 years old, or actually from like before I was born, my parents have always like just played film on TV, with like CDs and cassettes and whatever, on the TV, and it was a lot of Indian films. Um,
Hmm.
and I think one day my mom was, like, in the kitchen doing something, and then I was just, like, standing there and watching TV, and it was a song where, like, if you ever seen Indian cinema,
Oh yeah,
there's always songs in there. Well,
and
now it's, like, reduced a little bit,
and
but usually.
dancing.
Yes, and dancing, and then the actors are always, like, lip sync like,
Yeah,
singing with the track, right? Which
yeah.
is lip syncing, um, and when I was, like, 4, I think I was like, "Wait," and then I asked my mom, I was like, "Hey, do actors always like, do they sing their own songs?" And then she said, "No, they just have to, like, move their mouth," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can be an actor," because I am very much not musically talented whatsoever. So, yeah, so that's kind of where my interest started, and then I expressed the interest to my parents, and yeah, my mom has been super supportive. I went to college in California for acting, so I have a degree in acting, and then straight out of college, one of the I think I think the second role or the second project I ever booked ever, or third project I ever booked was Dark Man.
Did you want to be like many of them? I know a few Indian actors. I think one of them was Madhuri Dixit, and then
Yeah.
few others. And because my friend was from Delhi, and he always watched Indian movies. And then what I noticed about Bollywood, Hollywood was like they're just always doing the dancing. Every East Indian and film, they're all dancing.
Yes, it's so much fun. Why wouldn't you want to dance? But honestly, I don't really like Hollywood musicals because they sing nonstop. I know that's like a controversial thing to say, but in Hollywood musicals, they're always singing and like dancing for every single little thing and I'm like but when it comes to Indian films, it's different.
Yeah, but what inspired you to join Dhar Mann Studios? Did you get a chance to see the big man himself?
Yeah, I've met him actually on the episode that I was just mentioning now where Rita plays my mom for the first time, Rita Semi.
Hmm.
That is the episode all of us met him on for the first time. Um, but honestly, I've known what Darman was because I've I like I grew up in Colorado and there's an guy from here who also was acting in Darman at that time. And so my mom was like, "Oh, like he's in this YouTube series called Darman, so you should check it out." But I was like in high school, I think at that time, and I was like not interested. I was like, I don't care." But then I started auditioning for things and then it popped up on this like casting website and I was like, this is what my mom was mentioning that one time. Let me apply. And then I also noticed how popular he was on YouTube. And he would always come up on my like Instagram feed at that time or like
Yeah.
TikTok at that time. So I was like, why not? It'll be fun to audition. But I honestly didn't think I'd get it because it was for like a 15-year-old and I think when I auditioned, I think I was 21 or 22. I was 22 playing a 15-year-old. And then and I got it. And the audition was literally right here. I did it right here.
Really?
But yeah. Um but yeah, I got it. He cast me in it. So I was like, okay.
Do you wishing sometimes that Rita Semi was more like your own mom?
If she was my mom in
Yeah.
real life or
Yeah, do you
no,
think
I love my mom, my, like, real life mom. I love my real life mom. But, Rita is one of my best friends, so she is honestly, like, when I first met Rita, she got out of her car because poor thing, she got her script the night before.
Oh no.
So, she had to, like, memorize all these scenes the night before
Oh
the
no.
shoot, and she got cast the night before. So, she had no idea she was booked on something until literally the night before, so she got out of her car at like I remember our call time was like 6 a.m. and I was like, "Ugh, I'm like tired. And I pulled up next to this Tesla and she got out and I didn't know who it was, but then she came up to me next to my car and was like, "Hi, like I think I'm playing your mom." And I was like, "You're playing my mom? You look like my sister. You don't look like a mom." But no, she's definitely more of like my sister for sure.
Wow.
And more my mom's more no, I don't know. They're like the same. I can talk to both of them about anything, like literally anything. I can talk to them about every single thing. So, nah.
Were you nervous when you had your very first day on the Darman Studios? Like, were you nervous and handling the scripts and just this is new.
Oh no, you cut out. I
I'm
didn't
right
hear the
here.
last part.
I'm right here.
Sorry.
Hello.
Yes, you came back.
Yeah. What do you mean I cut out?
Um,
What happened there?
you froze for a second, but I think I got the question. Yeah, literally. You're like, "Oh." Um, was I nervous? Honestly, I don't remember. I think I could have been like a little bit nervous. but not so much because like I said, I'm a degreed actor.
Mhm.
So I went to college for it where every single day, if not like every other day, we were always being filmed on camera, having to memorize scripts like Shakespeare, learning all sorts of things about movies and theater. And so I was I was pretty well trained, I think.
Yeah, how much of Bhaavika is in your characters?
How much? I don't know. Some characters, like Priya, my first character, Priya, I think there's like a good amount of me in her. But then there are some other characters where like I think the last one I did with Rita, which was also about arranged marriage, I can't remember the name of it. But she like no, 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 not that one. The one where I with Jackie, it was like something about like nerd scamming girls or something, where he catfishes girls to
I
come
like
eat
that
at
one. That I
the
saw that 3
Yeah,
times already. It's a great one. He tried
it's a
because of
good one.
tries to get his
But
mother to keep the restaurant open, but, you know,
yes. Yeah,
eventually
that
tells the
one.
truth and he gets to date you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But that's like that character, I don't think there's really much of Bhavika in that character because personally I felt like she just kind of didn't have a backbone a little bit, at least in the beginning. And but that was the character arc. But I definitely have a backbone. If someone's insulting my culture right to my face like that too, I'd be like, get out of here. You're done.
I know, and I know all about Henna and that guy that boyfriend, the actor that played your boyfriend, he was like, "Oh my goodness. I just wanted to punch him."
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, he's so sweet in real life. He's so nice. And every time he would have to say something mean, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be hated. And I was like, if you do a good job as a villain and you're hated in real life because of your character, that just means you did a really good job.
Yeah, when I had Callie on, she mentioned about one of those episodes she did where she's on the plane, and I don't know who the heavy set actress is, but she was told by her, "You got to really press it on heavy and make fun of my weight and all this." And Callie was going, "Oh, it's like,"
Oh
and
no.
Vanessa, the mean girl, she's plays a really good mean girl, and she was
Yeah.
saying that her mother didn't like her because of that.
Oh, her like her own
Her,
mom?
her own mom didn't like her as a mean girl. Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah. You guys are
I
great.
aspire I want not I aspire to be a mean girl. I want to play a mean girl. I think they'd be so much fun to play, but I keep getting cast as nice docile
Yeah.
girls, but I'm very much not. I mean, I am a little bit, but I'm not that like submissive in real life.
I want to talk to you about that episode where you play Priya. Was that the role that was your favorite to play so far? So with Priya, it's called "The Indian Girl Told She's Too Dark Skinned. What Happens Next is Shocking." In this one, you play Priya, an Indian girl faces discrimination due to your skin color, but ultimately triumphs by embracing her identity. So, what was it like to play Priya, and how much of Bhavika was Priya? And do you take that experience from your own life into the actual character?
Yeah, of course. I think there's a lot that like a lot of background that went into that character because this is something unfortunately that people of color still face to this day. And I've been told so many times, and I still am told now as well, that I'm too dark for a role, I'm too light for a role. I actually almost booked, I'm not going to say the show, but I almost booked this show, which is streaming on Amazon Prime right now. I was like one girl away from booking this show, but they didn't end up booking me because the note I got back was, "Oh, she's just not Indian enough." And I was
What?
like, "I don't know what that means." So
What?
it yes. I know. And that's the first time I have ever cried in my life for
Oh,
losing out on a role because I was like, I what do you want me to do? Like I don't even know what she's not Indian enough means because I really don't know what it means.
wow. Talk about
Yeah, so it's
discrimination. What the heck?
unfortunate. Yep, it's so bad, and yeah, I don't know when it's going to change or how it's going to change. I think it is slowly changing, which is good. But everything takes time. So Priya definitely, I think, is one of my favorite characters because, especially the first episode, my first episode with Dhar Mann I ever did was the one you just mentioned, and the amount of little Indian girls that actually came up to me too and were like, "Oh my gosh, like I've literally had to face this in my theaters class and just in school in general, and it really did help me." Is so like it's so sad, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad this video helped you, but I'm so sorry you had to face that in real life.
Yeah, what do they actually teach you in drama class? What are some of the things like how to cry, how to get angry? No? Oh.
No, I wish they taught how to cry because I that's the one emotion I struggle with. I
Oh.
think I just went through extensive therapy growing up that now I'm just like hee 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 ha 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 and I can't cry. Um but I do it. I like get connected with your emotions, but with my emotions. But I think the main thing they teach you in drama class is definitely to be true to your emotion, and not push the emotions too hard. So if you want to like get mad, think of a circumstance that will actually make you mad, or if make up a circumstance in your head that's going to get you there instead of pushing that emotion, because if you push that emotion you can definitely see it, rather than it being natural. And I've definitely in some moments have to have like pushed an emotion because I'm not like feeling it, and whenever I watch these videos back, I'm like, oh, I can tell.
When they are filming you as Priya or as another character, how many times do you have to do the scene before they're satisfied?
I think it depends from director to director, and it also depends on the time we have. Because sometimes, like, we're running out of time, so they're just like, okay, let's do it, and then let's move on. But then sometimes, like, some days we have a lot of time. So it really depends on the director. It's really until like the director is satisfied, and then sometimes too, I've asked for another take as well because I'm like, no, I think I can do it better. And then they're like, okay, let's do it.
That's amazing. You were in an episode called "Tomboy Ashamed Out of School" featuring Lily Singh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you portrayed Jessie, a queer Indian girl who wants to rap in a talent show but faces bullying and pressure. And with support from Lily, you find the courage to perform and come out to your parents. Now, do they frown at that on in your culture, or is it just you're gay? That's fine. Like sorry, bad.
Um,
That was a bad accent.
no, okay, I didn't actually realize you were doing an accent. Um, I've seen it both ways. At least, my immediate family, we're all very open-minded. So, my mom, my sister, like they personally do not care who you love and who you're going to end up with, as long as you're happy and healthy and safe. That's all that matters. But I've also obviously like I feel like that happens in every single community, you'll get the two extremes. One is like they're very supportive, and then the other will be no, like that's not okay. What the heck? Like this is not the way to life. But you can't I don't know. You can't like I think base it on a community. I think it's just every individual's thoughts and emotions.
What's it like to work with Lily Singh? You must be best friends now.
Oh yeah, we're like texting every day. No. um, it was good. I used to watch her when I was little, growing up on YouTube. So when I got cast as this role, funny enough, they actually cast me also a day before the shoot. So, and
Ooh.
like I said, I am not musically talented whatsoever. So I was like, I have to rap in this, and oh, but it's okay. I'm like justifying it that, like, she's not supposed to be like the greatest rapper of all time, so it's okay. But Lily Singh was really nice. She was really good to work with. She was very professional, which I really appreciate because, sometimes when you get to a certain level, I feel like people aren't, and they're just like, don't talk to me. And I've seen that as well, where, you go onto set and I've literally been told before, okay, this so and so actor is going to walk in, nobody look at him. And I'm like,
Oh
who
wow.
cares? I'm like, what? Yeah, I can't deal with that. But she was not like that at all. She was very sweet. She talked to me and the person who played my brother, my little brother. She was very sweet.
Yeah, and I
And
want to
we
play.
we had to, like, practice the rap together, and she was
Yeah,
helping me out because I was like, "Girl, I'm not musically talented." So
yeah.
she's like, "No, it's okay. Like, you're good. You got this." And she was helping me out. So
And the actor that played your father, it's always good in his roles. Amazing.
who played my father in that? Oh, are you talking about Monik, or are you talking about the person who played my father in the Jesse video?
No, the one where you were with yeah, when you played Jesse.
Okay, yeah, he's really good.
He's really
Was
good.
he in any other Darman videos? I don't know.
He's in a lot of them. He's really
Really?
good. He's
I
really
need to go
good.
watch it. I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything other than mine, but he's so good. I actually also know him from, like, outside of Darman too, um, and like his work outside of Darman. He's really good.
Yeah. So, did you to play a queer Indian girl? How was that feeling for you?
It was okay. Yeah, it was a character. I love playing characters.
Is there a character you will not play? Like, what role would you never want to have?
A role I'd never want to have. Hmm. Like 10 minutes later, I'm still thinking. Um, no, I don't know. I want to play everything.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
want to play everything.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed all of your parts. Every time I see
Thank
Darman videos,
you.
oh, it's that Indian girl again. Oh, Logan
So
Rowe.
you were the reason I didn't get called back for a year and a
Yes,
half.
yes, yes. Okay, you can hire her now. She's good. I'm
No.
like, Logan Rowe. Oh, it's that Indian girl again. Logan Rowe. Oh, that Indian girl again. No, just joking. Um,
No.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're so good. You're
I know
so
you're
good.
kidding.
Um,
Thank you.
so then you played Spoiled Girl Disobeys the Law and you instantly regret it. In this story, you play a spoiled girl who learns valuable life lessons after your parents make you work at the restaurant to understand the value of money. What did you think of that one?
Oh, that one, I was not the spoiled girl. I think I was her friend, and I think it was my second video ever. And I don't even remember. I had only 1 or 2 lines, and I think my shoot date was also only 1 or 2 days. So I didn't spend much time on set that time.
Did hmm. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought
Right?
you were the
No, no, no,
spoiled
you're
girl.
good. I think Avery White was the spoiled girl, I think.
Oh, all right. I've seen you work with many of the Darman actors, so it's hard to know which one's which.
No, you're good, you're good. Um, yeah, I don't think that was me. Now I have to go back and check. But I think that was my second video ever. And if that is the case, then it was Avery, and then Shannon and I were friends with Avery. Um, and yeah, she's going, like, Avery's the one being disciplined.
What did you think of the mom forces daughter to marry rich. She lives to regret it. Like, your character is pressured by your mother to marry a wealthy man, but you follow your heart and make your own choices. Aw, Bhaavika, you made me cry. So, what do you think of that one?
That is one of my favorite videos because not because of like the video itself, but because of the like outside forces that brought that video together. It was so amazing. It really felt shooting that video felt like magical. That's when I met Rita Samey
Hmm.
and the boy who plays my love interest, and the three of us are like very close friends now because of that video. And I don't know, I just feel like I said, Rita was not cast for that until the night before. So it was like literally the universe bringing all three of us together. And funny enough, the night before that video started shooting, I guess the crew had a party with Darman. Like, I guess Darman had some premiere. So everybody in the crew was invited to that premiere. And so they all like went, they drank, they had fun. And then that entire crew, except for the PA, they all showed up like 2 hours late to set the next day,
Oh my.
which was which was our first day ever on that shoot. So, I personally loved that because it gave me 2 hours to just be with Rita and Viva Swan and just, like, sit and literally cover our entire life from A to Z. We talked about everything, and I think that's also the main reason we became so close and friendly.
Do you know? Do you ever get tired of being on one of those episodes, or do you get tired basically where you have to deal with your mental health? What does that look like to you?
Yeah, of course. But that's like the job of an actor, I think. That's your job, you have to away your personal life and then come to set and just you get to be somebody else, and that's what's cool about it, but also at the same time, it can be very draining because you're always not up to wanting to be in front of a camera and like wanting to fake an emotion. Sometimes you just really want to. Are you allowed to cuss on this show? Is
Mm,
that
if I
S
have to,
word a bad word?
I'll have to beep it out.
Bleep it. Okay, I'll say um sometimes you just want to like deal with your own things rather than like coming in and like having to deal with outside things.
I know what you're talking about. It gets to a point where you've had enough, and like with me, sometimes I feel like I just you stay, but deep down inside, I wish where's the exit? Just want to leave.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
it's rare.
yeah.
I do feel like for me though it is rare to feel that way cuz at the end of the day I love doing what I'm doing, and I asked for this, and my family is so supportive of me even doing this. So I'm very very grateful. And like you said, a lot of these Darman cast members and crew, we're all friends. So you get to go on set and then you can kind of forget about what's happening in your personal life. And sometimes you can use what's happening in your personal life in your character as
Mm.
well. And also, you can work it out on set too. Like, if I'm ever having some issue or problem or whatever, we are together for so long each day, like nearly 12 hours a day.
Wow.
So things come up and then, someone or the other helps each other out and we're like, "Oh, you're good. Like talk to me. We got this."
Are you allowed to practice your lines at somebody's house? Like when you're in a scene with the actors, do you all get together in someone's house and do that scene together and then have a pizza
No,
party? No, you're not allowed to?
no, it's not you're not allowed to, but there's usually not enough time s-
Mm.
specifically for Darman too. There's not enough time in between like your booking and the shoot. And also you don't know who has been cast. unless you ask someone else. You usually know who's been cast the night before when you get a call sheet. So the call sheet you get will say like all the actors' names, and then you're like, oh, this guy is playing that, or this girl is playing that. Oh, cool. We'll meet each other on set.
But you said that Rita was cast in one of the episodes the day before. How do you like? You're given a script the day before to start filming the next day. It doesn't give you much time for the script, though.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part sometimes, but they usually aren't giving the scripts out the day before. Usually they have someone cast, and if you get the script the day before, it's because I think somebody else who was supposed to do that role dropped out and they couldn't do it. Then they have to like find somebody else. So so like the Lily Singh video, I got the script a day before, but I don't know if they were gonna cast anyone else as like the Indian girl in that. Um yeah, so it really depends. And then like sometimes I've gotten, any ethnicity role like the day before too, but usually most of the time they do a pretty good job in casting like at least, 5 days ahead of time.
How do you connect with the characters you portray? Like, for instance, Jesse, or your character Gay Son Forced to Marry Girl Part 1 and 2. You play a supportive character in the two-part series which deals with the struggles of a gay son forced in arranged marriage. How do you connect with that character? How do you connect with Jesse? How do you connect with any other, like, without bringing a different character? Like, let's say you thought of playing Jesse in Gay Son, you thought, oh no, it's not Jesse, it's someone. Like, how do you prevent yourself from being the different characters? And you know what I mean?
I think sometimes it's like a very fine line between some of these characters. Um, they're sometimes very similar, and then if they're not very similar, they're like polar opposites almost. So like the gay son one, I think her name is Latika. Um, she was she was also the very like docile girl and like, yeah, okay, I'm marrying you, haha. But then at the end she stands up for herself. So the docile part, I always like to think of like my grandmas who specifically I feel like more on my mom's side. She is more like calm and like she listens and will like um she follows like orders a little bit, and some of these girls they are following orders, whereas Jessie, she is more like outgoing and free, and yes, she has like a secret, but also that doesn't stop her from expressing herself. So for that character, that's more of me. I was never like told to be quiet by my parents at all. So that character is really easy to tap into. But yeah, I'm more a docile girl. There's like differences. I don't know. I like to think of my grandparents and how they probably had to go through that and deal with that growing up or even now.
Do you get recognized in public, Bhaavika?
I do.
You
I
do.
do. Yeah.
Let me tell you
It's
about a story that Vanessa told me, Vanessa Nottingham. Because she's known as a mean girl, she said one of the stories is that when she was in the mall, she was having an argument with her father just when a fan said, "Hey, you're the mean girl." It's like, yeah, I can see. It's like just at the wrong moment. It's
that's so funny. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Yeah, she plays the mean girl in the Lily Singh video.
yeah.
She was so good too. And every time all three of those girls who had to play the mean girls, every time we would have to call cut to, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "It's okay, I get it."
What makes you?
But
Yeah, go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead.
No, I don't want to miss out your thought. What's your thought?
I honestly I forgot. I think I was gonna just say, I said she's always like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then I'm like, "No, it's okay, I get it." Oh, but the same thing, like, if I was in her position, I'd milk that. I'd be like, "I'm gonna be so mean," like, "Oh, yes," because I never get to do it, and I'm not mean in real life, so I'm like, I wanna play someone mean, you know? Just to,
Yeah,
like, get in that person's head and see what's
yeah.
going on.
She is so good as a mean girl. Like when she told me that her own mother said, "I don't like you." It's like, okay.
That's so funny. I have a video coming up March 8th, I think it should be out. Um where I'm a little bit like mean, but it's, like, very much justifiable. Not yeah, it's justifiable.
Mhm.
You know, you never wanna judge your character when you play them, so if I have to play a mean person or if someone else is playing mean, I'm always like, "No, but don't judge your character," because once you start judging your character, then it's hard for you to actually be that character and play them. So, you know, you have to kinda, like, justify it in your head. You're probably maybe you're mean because, things aren't going good at home or you're like failing something
Mhm.
or there's just something happening that's making you mean.
What makes you prevent? I don't know if you know what method acting is. Taking your character home with you. What prevents you from taking Jesse home with you or any of the other characters before you realize? Wait a minute, I'm Bhaavika. I'm not just no.
That's funny. um I honestly don't know if I have an answer to that. I feel like I do take some characters like home with me, especially if it's like an emotional scene or an intense scene. It's really hard to just like snap out of it. So sometimes I do take it home with me. Um, but most of the time, I think maybe what helps is also like the environment after the director calls cut. Um, Everyone is friendly, everyone is friends. So they kind of just help you like snap out of it and you're like together and then you're like, okay, bye, see you tomorrow. And then you go home and you sleep, you wake up, do it again. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is there a special moment you want to share with our audience from the set?
a special moment. I really feel like the special moment I already shared was when I first met Rita
Mm.
and Viva Swan. Like, that was genuinely like a life changing meeting for, I feel like, all three of us. Um, Another special moment. I don't know. I just feel like being on set is just so special because not everyone gets the chance to do it. So I love being on set. You can have me on set for literally 24 hours and I will be happy to sleep there, eat there, wake up.
Oh wow! So Darman is
Yeah.
like your second home.
Yeah, almost. Almost. It's also because to be honest, like one of the first things you learn in school in like acting school is an actor's job is to wait.
Hmm.
So usually when you're on set, I feel like 30% of the time you're actually acting and delivering your dialogues. But the other 70% of the time, you're literally just sitting around waiting, with the other actors who are not in the scene or with, yeah, everybody. Everyone's just waiting around. So while waiting around, you just like talk to people, get to know each other, and I can promise you at the end of any shoot, it doesn't even have to be Dhar Mann, it can be a commercial shoot, a music video, any shoot. You just like your co-star or whoever you're working with so well because you just spend so much time together.
Do you my older brother was an actor, but it's like people who do extra work. They feed
Mhm.
you on set, and they might not get you to be in the movie. Like my parents were in a Christmas movie, And my
Oh,
father's car, you could see his car go by. That's the extent of his extra work. And my mother
yeah.
was in two films. One was with Shirley MacLaine, and everyone in my family except me and a brother were actually in a movie.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and they feed you. Like, do they feed you at
Yes.
Darman? Like
Yeah,
every.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it'd be illegal not to feed the it's illegal not to feed someone after 6 hours.
Oh,
So, I think you have to be on set for 6 hours, in order to get food.
okay, I
So,
understand.
yeah, Darman will give us, 1 meal. So it'll be like usually during the halfway mark, the 6 hour mark, we'll get a meal, and um then we finish up after like the other 6 hours are done. We're usually done a little bit before that. So we can go home and eat. Oh, I just hit my laptop.
Do they have what, let's call it, Indian girl on a podcast ruins the show?
No, you can make one now though.
um. So yeah, and so do they ask you dietary restrictions? Like, what's the food? You mind me asking?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
For Darman specifically, or for
Well, how
other
about for Darman? What would they feed you on Darman?
Darman, there's a set menu. So there's like a place right next to the studios that I think they have like a contract with Darman, so they're the ones who feed us. So every day you go on to set, there's a menu and you choose what you want. And they have everything. They have like vegan options, vegetarian options, meat options. So you can choose from there. And I think they've been doing that for, I want to say, maybe like now 2 years. But when I first started on Darman, we used to Uber Eats.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but also back then, the crews were a little smaller. Because now I think he has multiple crews now. I think he has like five, whereas back then it was just two.
Are you telling me that when in one of the scenes where you're actually eating, you're not eating?
Oh, which scenes?
Like in the scenes,
No, yeah, no, no, no. We're usually not eating. It's a
really?
prop food. Yeah, it's
Prop
prop
food.
food. It's
Oh,
been sitting out for like literally all day. You don't
oh,
even want to eat it.
wow.
Yeah, but if they do have a scene where, like, the character does have to take a bite, that will be fresh food, but, you can choose to either swallow it or you can choose to, like, spit it out. Because imagine, like, especially, like, commercial shoots, imagine if you're, like, I did, I mean, for Dunkin' Donuts, we didn't eat anything, but I did a commercial for Dunkin' Donuts, and they had, like, all these, it was real donuts, but they've been sitting out all day. You don't want to touch them. And then the drinks also, they had like fake plastic ice in the drinks, and they would like mist it with water basically, or like a oily water to make it look like, ooh, it's fresh and icy. Um but so imagine if you're like on a shoot for like Dunkin' Donuts or something, and you do have to take a bite into a donut. That's so many donuts you're going to be eating all day. That cannot be good for you. So normally you'll like take a bite, do the shot, and then you can spit it out into like a trash can.
Yeah, in Canada here we have what's called Tim Hortons, and they have a delectable delight called we're not donut holes, they're called Timbits, but they
Ooh.
get so hard. They're like
Oh.
cannonballs, and at the warehouse we used to throw them at people. And ow, the Timbit hurt me. Yeah, they get hard, really hard.
So funny.
It's funny. The Timbit.
I think I think that's a probably a good sign, that though, because that probably means they're not using like processed stuff in there, right?
Yeah,
You know?
that's
Kind of
funny.
like different American like fast food brands, if you keep them out, they don't
Mhm.
get stale, they don't
Yep.
get ruined because there's so much like preservatives in there. You shouldn't be eating all that.
Yeah.
Even though I do, but
Papika, when you started in acting, whether Darman or elsewhere, are there any challenges you faced in the acting career, and like how did you overcome them?
yes, I am facing them right now.
Oh,
Um It's the industry is so slow right now. Um, so just even getting an audition now is like, oh my gosh, I got an audition. It's like such a big deal. Whereas, just even I would say 2.5 to 2 years ago, um, you would be, or at least my friends and I would be auditioning literally every other day. It was like,
Mm,
oh yeah, I have an audition. Yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm gonna go shoot this. Oh, I'm gonna go do that. But now it's like everything is just dead.
mm.
It's yeah, the industry is a little bit suffering right now, I would say. But yeah, I think right now especially um is the hardest time.
Did the SAG and after strike did that affect you at all?
Yeah, of course. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. There were no auditions
Yeah.
at all. um
Mm.
yeah, it's bad. I think it's coming back up a little bit now, which is good. But it's still not at the same level as it could be or it could have been if the strikes and stuff did not happen.
Yeah. Hope.
Sorry, I have to fix what I said. Not strikes, AI. If like
Hey, oh,
AI
yes,
stuff
yes,
didn't
actually,
happen.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Sorry.
familiar with the body scanning, AI body scanning, deep fakes. Oh yeah, that's a whole AI thing, definitely.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's
like
unfortunate.
you wouldn't want your image to be in an action film with James, what's his name, with Daniel Craig or.
See, listen, that can happen, but you still have to compensate the actor
Hmm.
because it's their face,
Yeah.
you know? So that's basically kind of where the whole strike also started from too, for actors specifically. For writers, of course, because they were like, oh, we don't, AI is just going to take over. Screw writers. They don't need to do anything anymore. But that's it's not true. Like humans are humans and AI is AI. You can't put human emotion into AI. Maybe you can, but it won't be the same. But yeah, basically for actors, you definitely have to compensate them for using their image.
Hmm.
So, if you're going to put my face in a Daniel Craig movie, you better be paying me as much as Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Pavika Gaddam and the voice of Scarlett Johansson coming out of you.
Perfect. Hopefully we're all getting paid.
Or Taylor Swift.
Or Taylor Swift, you know?
Yeah. Taylor Swift, an image of her with Bhavika's voice coming out of her. Oh, sorry, did I mix
That
it up?
that could be
Oh,
cool. Oh no, she's gonna be like, get this girl out of here
oh.
if I have to sing for her.
So, knowing that Darman usually ends up with a special message at the end, what message do you hope to convey through your performances?
Ooh, that's a good question. Hmm. I just honestly be happy with life and with, whatever you're doing in life. I think that should be a message is happiness. Um, I really do feel like happiness is overlooked a lot of the times, which can also make sense because sometimes practicality doesn't go into happiness, but just do whatever you can to stay happy and be happy because no amount of money, no amount of whatever, wealth, property, nothing is going to give you the amount of happiness that you can bring yourself.
You're so right there. Have you ever had a real life Darman moment, like a scene in your life that was sort of a Darman episode itself? I've had that. I've had it where
Hmm.
I'm just
What
doing
was
whatever
yours?
in my life, and I'm like, wow, that wasn't. Darman should actually literally put like film that one because that was good. Sort of, you know what I mean? Like, should I rephrase the question there?
In high school once, I guess, ties into racism. In high school once, I was literally just minding my own business. I was sitting on the ground waiting for I think my carpool to come pick me up, something. I literally minding my own business in the hallway. I was sitting there, and then this group of boys came up to me, um, and they were just randomly just like, my favorite chocolate is white chocolate. And I was like, okay. And I didn't understand it.
Oh
And I
wow.
was just like, okay, I think I really like milk chocolate. And they were like, no, 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 no. My favorite chocolate is white, like white chocolate. I don't like milk chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. I
Oh my
like white. And I
goodness.
was like, okay, what what am I supposed to do with that information? Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
so stupid things like that have definitely happened to me, but and I think once also this guy not to get into like the details, but this guy's friend group started calling him um Slumdog because
Oh.
of the movie Slumdog Millionaire
Hmm.
because he liked me. So, I'm also like that's weird and racist because what? I'm not gonna go call your friend American Psycho because you like someone. Like what?
Did you ever watch the Seinfeld series?
No, I should. I've tried when I
Oh,
was younger, but now I think I'm mature enough to watch it and actually understand.
yeah. There was a scene in there.
Yeah.
One of the characters, Jerry Seinfeld and George, they see this guy who's got this hot dog cart and he's an Asian guy,
Who
and
asked you?
Jerry goes, "Excuse me, can you direct us to nearest Chinese restaurant?" He goes, "Oh, Chinese restaurant! Oh, hot dog! You know the American hot dog is." So he's just like, it's really funny, and it's really off topic with those things, but it gets
But
pretty
it's so
funny.
true.
Yeah, it is so true. It's like I just asked you where the Chinese restaurant is. Oh, well, did you? You know, and that was
Wait,
fun.
he was Chinese or no?
He was
He was
Chinese guy.
American.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
and
I think
he
I've
was
seen his
a hot dog cart, and they figured, okay, he's Chinese. Maybe he might know where other
Let me
restaurants are.
ask.
It's like me going up to you.
I
Can you tell me where the nearest Indian restaurant is? That's sort of
Indian
like that.
Yep. I've gotten asked that too. And I'm like, let me tell you, in LA, the nearest Indian restaurant is not good. Trust me. You want to go to in LA or in California, you want to go to Artesia,
Mm,
which is Little India. That's where you get really good Indian food. Or
I
my
think
house.
about that one. My sister lives in LA, actually. Um,
Oh, tell her. Yeah, if she likes Indian food,
no,
definitely
she
tell her to
doesn't.
go to
I love Indian food. I like
Oh,
tandoori chicken. I love naan bread. I like
mhm.
butter chicken.
All
Gochu.
those then.
Yeah.
You just have to say naan. Don't say naan bread because
Oh,
you're just
naan.
saying bread.
Uh-oh. So
Fun,
maybe I
fun
need you to teach me some Indian language and
Indian words.
how to say it properly, yeah. Oh, my friend was from Delhi, so taught me how to say "Sat Sri Akal, Kya chale, Pastigaga,"
Ah,
and all that stuff.
yeah, 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 that's Hindi. I
Yeah.
speak I speak, a South Indian language called Telugu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can
India
you
in India has, like, over 1,000 dialects.
really?
So yes, so we are very diverse. Yeah, so usually if you meet someone in India, most of the time they speak Hindi, English, and, like, their area's language.
Can you write in Urdu and Sanskrit as well?
No, I can read very slowly and write very slowly in Hindi because my mom used to teach me Hindi during like growing up during the summer, but it's not good enough for me to just be like
Yeah, wow. You, I can't believe they actually said, "I like white chocolate." Did you understand what happened at the end? What they really you didn't figure that out, that they were being kinda racist?
I did.
Um,
And I was just like, okay. Cause like what
yeah.
am I supposed to say in that time? I was just like, cool.
Be
And then I think
kind.
I just went back to doing whatever I was
Yeah.
doing.
So, so how do you handle the emotional aspects of your roles? Like crying, for instance. I know Kate Tokarski, when I asked her, she said, "Don't cry." If you need to cry, don't cry. So you just sit there, and I said, well, you can think of a sad thing that happened in your life. Like when I did a scene, I like to do little scenes in movies and stuff. And my mother passed like 30 some odd years ago.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
it was her anniversary of her death. That was July
Mm.
19th. So on July 19th of that certain year was when I decided that day, exact coincidence, to do that scene. I'm like, wait a minute. And I started crying and I said, okay, where's the script? Where's it? I got to do it now. So I did the script of me crying, and I did one of this. What's that one with, I, I can't remember, but he's a werewolf and his companion girl was dying or dead, and he had her in his hands. What do you? What's
Was
that?
it Twilight?
Yeah, Twilight. One of the
Uh,
scenes, and so I did that scene, and I was crying. I said, "Oh," and it was
oh,
powerful. But it's hard for me to cry. What about you? How
yeah.
do you do the? I know you said you're not a mean girl, but if you had to blow your stack, how would you do it?
So specifically, like crying?
Yeah, if you had to cry, for instance.
So I have had to cry. My first crying one was my first Starman ever, which was the Cinderella one. Um, and I was so nervous. Oh my gosh, because I struggled with crying on screen. But actually my dad passed away when I was 12.
Oh, okay.
So I just start thinking of that. And to be honest, the Cinderella one too, Rishi is the director of that, who is a director at Dhar Mann, and he was just so sweet. He was like, "Take your time, like it's okay, you got this. Tell me if you need anything, but take your time, get into it, you got it." And I was like, "Okay." And the person who was playing my mom in that video, Samia, she she was just there, and I was like, "Okay, can I talk to you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And the minute she said yeah, I was like, "Okay, never mind." And I just started like crying, and I was like, "Okay, we gotta go film." Um, but then for like something like I just did a video also about arranged marriage with Rita and Monik, who played my dad. And that one, I had to cry literally like the entire episode. I'm
Wow.
crying. And in that one, the director, Jan is his name, he helped me out so much. He was like, "Okay, how can I help you like get there?" And I was like, I think I'll just like talk to you and I'll get myself to that moment." And he was like, "Okay, does like physical touch help? Like do you want to hold hands?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's try that." And the minute I held his hands, he was like, "Okay, like how do you feel?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm ready." And so it takes me a little bit to get there, but it's possible. So those were like two very memorable instances, I feel like. And other times too, someone or the other is like around to talk to get into that moment and cry. And usually I like don't talk to anybody. I'm like before I actually have to start crying, I start prepping myself and I don't talk to anyone. I do something called relaxation, which is a acting technique where you literally like you sit in a chair and you fold over and you
Mhm.
relax, or like you first relax, it comes from your head first, then you relax your body. So that helps as well.
Yeah, like, and or they could use glycerin tears as well.
You could do that. I've never done that. But I could definitely, if you have to be crying for like hours and hours and hours, I can definitely see why a lot of like professional famous actors have to use those tears, or like they'll use like a Vic tear stick, because they have to be crying all day long, and that's just like not possible for your body to do. So I can see that. But for these videos, no, I'm like, this is my practice to be able to cry for hours and hours if I can get there. So I've
Yeah,
never used a tear stick or teardrops.
Yeah, and also you can also think of your father as well. Does that help?
Yeah. Yes and no. So sometimes like it helps, and then sometimes I like I said, I used to be able to fake cry so easily before I went into therapy. And then and now I'm like I feel like therapy just took it out. I worked it through.
Wow. What's been the most rewarding part of working with Dhar Mann Studios?
Aw, the people I've met. They're all so sweet, and the friendships I've, made and connections I've made, they're they're all very sweet. Most of the people who work there are very sweet.
Oh.
There have been some instances, where we're like but then those people usually don't get called back again, so you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, I can yeah, like I said before, when I watched the older Dhar Mann episodes, I'm like, I haven't seen that actor since. I haven't seen that actor since.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
that one I've seen. Yeah.
I don't know about them, but there have been moments sometimes where like an actor will come in to set, and usually they're not like, regulars. There's somebody who is just hired for like that day, or it's their first video ever, and then they come in and then they're like, no, like this is my status, and you have to treat me like this, and I'm
Ooh.
not doing that, and blah blah blah. And then it's like,
Bye-bye.
yeah, and you're like, you're really bringing the vibes down here, so
Yeah.
let's stop.
Can you count how many you've been in it so far?
I don't know, actually. I feel like someone made a playlist on YouTube with all mine, and it was, I think, 20 something, I think, or 30 something.
I don't know if I have my Dhar Mann playlist public, but I have called the best of Dhar Mann episode, and I think I have almost 300 episodes, and they're the best ones I've seen. I If I like it so much, or I show emotion, or I start crying, I will put that in the list there.
Aw.
Oh yeah.
My my favorite ones that I've ever done are probably the Cinderella arranged marriage one. Um, there's one where I'm like a detective, um, a school journalist. I like that one. I don't know. I like a lot of them. I think I like them. I don't look at the outcome of it. I like it if the experience on the video was like fun and nice and like cute.
Yeah, you've been in a lot of Dhar Mann. I don't know. Did you do an episode with Chris Reddy, or did you do one with Angelina Kerner at all? I can't remember. There's so many of the actors you don't know
I don't
who's worked
remember.
with who.
Let me look.
Angelina Kerner.
I feel like I don't know an Angelina.
She's a good actress. I mean, you're
Is
all
she Angelina or
Angelina
Angela?
Kerner. Angelina.
I'm looking. I don't think I've ever done one with her. No.
Yeah, this one.
No, I don't. I've never done one with her.
Okay. You just
And
don't
Chris,
know
who?
Chris Reddy.
Reddy.
No, Chris. It's like I think it's Reedy, but this one.
Oh, oh, Chris! I've
Yeah.
done one. Yes, I've done one with him. The one I did with him. I think the first one I did with him was I what did I was like a party princess. Princess something Wanda, I want to say. Princess Wanda or something, and I come to I'm hired to be a princess at his kid's birthday party.
I think I remember that one. Very, yeah, very limited though. But yeah, this. Oh, really good, really good. Um,
Yeah, he's super sweet. He's so funny.
yeah. How do you balance your personal life with your acting career? Wait, did I ask you that one
Oh,
already?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's do that again. How do you balance your personal life with your acting career, Bhavika?
Wait, you have to do it again. I'm gonna shift. Ready? Oh, for the
Okay.
first time. Okay.
Bhavika, how do you balance your personal life with your acting career?
Wow, I've never heard this question before. Hmm.
I'm keeping this in.
um, do I balance my personal life with my acting career? I don't think I do. I think
Try-
both of them are so mixed in.
yeah.
I don't think I do. To me, career is like everything. So my career is my life. Yeah, I don't think I do.
And do you want to move over to Hollywood at some point? Or you're going to stay with Dhar Mann for a while until you age out. If you,
I I do both. So I'm always auditioning for outside projects. Um yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I
that's
hope to
cool.
do both. I hope also if I do get to, not if, when I do get to do like um big films and TV shows as well, that he will still have me back.
Yeah, I know that Dhar Mann and his wife, like she has this company called Live Glam. Who are your biggest influences or role models in the acting industry
Ooh.
besides Dhar Mann, of course? And you can say George
Does he
Clooney.
act? I don't think I've ever seen him act.
Yeah,
Um,
he's been in a few of them.
really?
Oh yeah, and he uses Dhar Mann.
Oh, he's playing himself though.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, like, has he ever done a character?
no, he plays Dhar Mann like he's
Okay,
leaving
he's
a
himself. I
limousine or
want to see him
always.
act. That'd be fun. I want to see him act. Um, I think one of my biggest influences is definitely just Indian film in general. I love Indian films. And in there is an actor named Ranveer Singh,
Hmm.
and he is now definitely not a veteran, but he's definitely getting up there. Like he has so many notable roles and his characters are just so amazing, and just seeing him just be the character in every single one of his films is like it's like wow, he is such a good actor. And he's not even he did a film where he had to rap, and did I know he was musically inclined that way? No. Was he probably musically inclined before that movie? Probably not. I don't know, but he kills every single role he does. And then in Hollywood, I definitely also have to say Viola Davis. She is so amazing. Um, I think I was mainly first introduced to her through How to Get Away with Murder, because I am definitely more of like a TV show kind of watching TV show kind of girl than like
Hmm.
movies. But now I do both because I have to. But How to Get Away with Murder, I think it's the first episode where she just like sits in front of the mirror and takes off her makeup, takes off her wig, and that to me was just so like it was so powerful, and it was so beautiful to just watch her and how she can get into character like that. And wow, everything she's been in. There's, I think, the scene in Fences where she's literally crying and she does not care what she looks like, and I love that. And I feel like more actresses specifically also need to be like that, where they're not, they get into character and they're not so much like, oh my god, I don't look good in this, or like, as a human you're not going to look good all the time 100% of the time. So let yourself just be, and like, if you make an ugly face while crying, let yourself make the ugly face while crying. She let like snot literally drip down her nose, and like that happens when you're crying. You're not
Yeah,
going to like,
Yeah, you know, I've heard of other actors like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's Austria
Mhm.
and he speaks German. He's done many commercials, many movies from Austria, and he just would speak in his language. You ever thought of going like to India or whatever and just speaking language and being a character and being on a commercial, and you're free to do that in your culture, you know?
Um, I think commercial work in India isn't as big.
Mm,
So you wouldn't like the pay is also not survivable if you were living in India, is
mm.
at least what I hear from people there. But yeah, I would love to be in Indian films. I would love to be in Indian films. I really want to do the whole like the first thing I told you when we started this was when I was 4, I saw the
Hmm.
actresses dancing. I would love to be one of them. I think they look so much like they're having so much fun, but
Yeah,
also there definitely is like character that goes behind it.
yeah. I've seen Slumdog Millionaire, that first scene there. Ooh. And I've also seen Bollywood
But
Hollywood.
Slumdog Millionaire is a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Or
Um,
Busan.
there's an action film that was made in Delhi, I think. Is basically they showed a scene where all these Indian characters were being like blown up. I guess they like that kind of thing. I'm
I'm
like,
sure.
okay, next.
Actually, I always tell like my friends and people, I would love to be an Indian hero, not a like a heroine, but a hero because they just look like they're having the best time. I would love to be able to punch someone and like 20 people go flying. How cool.
What would be your ultimate role then? Like, who would you love to be, or like,
Who would I love to play?
yeah, like your ultimate role that'll just define you as a person and an actress. Okay,
Oh,
actor.
I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like it's going to change, but right now, my goal definitely is to be in a series regular in a comedy TV show. I would love to
Oh,
do that.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But I do
Wow.
also feel like if I want to get my if I want to get my fix in acting and I just want to be recognized as like the greatest actor or whatever, I also would love to do like very dramatic period pieces. But right now, I definitely want to be in a comedy TV show. Like, whew.
Have you ever had like somebody come up to you and said, "Pff, you're a terrible actress. What do you be like? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And you should hear what happened to Darman. It's like this and that, and this and that. You're like, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand.
No, luckily, no one has ever come up to me and said that.
Wow.
Probably even when I was like a really bad actress, not even my teachers have said that. But, if anyone ever does say that to me, there's always room to improve. Even when you're the best, you're not actually the best. So people are always evolving and improving. So I'd be like, okay, thank you for letting me know.
So, of all your favorite movies and TV shows, are they all like East Indian, or do you have just
No,
regular? No.
no, 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 no. Um, no, I don't even know if I have favorite movies, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate good movies, but I don't think I have like a favorite. Yeah.
Wow. So how do you stay connected to your fans? You on Facebook? You have people reach out to you and say, "How do I get on Darman? I love you."
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Instagram mainly and TikTok mainly, but I do have a Facebook. I just like post on there for my family. But no one's really reaching out to me on Facebook anymore, but they definitely do on like Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, they do ask the like, how can I get on Darman? And if I do see the message, I do tell them it's like you have to you have to put a little bit of money in to your career if you do want to do it. And not just like, be on one episode of Darman, but you can always like I think there is a page on his website where you can apply, but if not, I applied through a casting website where you need to have your like headshot, your reel up, and then you can apply for many many things on that casting website.
What was the most surprising thing about working in the entertainment industry that surprised you, Bhavika?
What surprised me? I don't know. I don't know if there was anything like super surprising. I guess, mm, I guess it wasn't like surprising, but it definitely wasn't like uh oh, this is normal. Was definitely kind of some of the racism that's still
Mm,
present. Um I guess I definitely thought that it's better and it's gotten much better, but
mhm.
it's gotten a little bit better. It hasn't gotten much better.
Yeah. So how do you continue to grow and improve as an actress?
I'm in class, so
Hmm.
I unfortunately haven't been to class in the last 3 months though because I have been dealing with personal medical issues. But
Yeah. Hmm.
I am in class with an amazing teacher, and she's out also a casting director. Um, and on top of that, too, I'm constantly watching things, film, TV. Um, my stepdad the other day also made me watch. Oh no, what's it called? I can't believe I forgot what it was called. It's with Gene Hackman and Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
Under Suspicion, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Gene Hackman just
Yeah.
passed away,
He
so he was
passed.
like, "You
Yeah.
haven't seen this, you have to watch it." So I was like, "Okay, let's watch it." So we watched that, and yeah, I just like watch and go to class.
Why not?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what would be your long-term goals in your acting career? What do you hope to achieve?
Ooh, that comedy TV show. I need to be on there at least, maybe at least like 5 good seasons, at the very least. And then, after the TV show or during the TV shows, I definitely do hope to get into film acting from there. But why I say TV show is because sometimes like it's a little more practical than just going into movies directly. If you start on a TV show, whether it's comedy or drama, that's where the money is and like your stability is a little bit, financial stability is. So yeah, TV show first, then movies. But hey, if it happens the other way around, kind of like Viola Davis, then I don't mind.
Yeah.
I've been I've
Yeah.
been I've been getting into there's this Indian comedian Akash Singh is his name.
Hmm.
He's funny. Um and like obviously the OGs kind of like Russell Peters and
I like Russell Peters. Yeah, he's
yeah,
good too.
he's funny. I don't know if he's done a show recently or not, but he's funny. Aziz Ansari, he's funny. But Mindy Kaling, she's mainly a writer. She wrote for The Office and the Mindy Project, and then she now has like many shows that she's written and produced.
So one last question here.
Yes.
Bhavika Gaddam. Did I say it right?
Yeah, yeah. Bhavika Gaddam. Yeah.
Bhavika Gaddam. Okay. So how do you hope to make a positive impact through your work?
Ooh. I think I need to just keep doing what I'm doing. I really want the next gen. I feel like it's so cliche to be saying this, but it's true. I really want the next generation of especially like Indian girls or, girls of color to know that it is possible to do this and it is possible to be in this industry. Um, and I want to just inspire them to do whatever again makes them happy, whether it's being in this industry or whether it's going into the medical field, engineering, anything. I just want them to know like you are capable of doing it. and I hope that can be conveyed through my work. And yeah, I hope to be an inspiration to many people.
Excellent. I know I mentioned this before, but want you so people come up to you and say, "How do I get into being an actor? Or how do I do that?" What is the one piece of advice you would give them?
um I would say, honestly, if that does give you happiness, and if you do think this is your calling, go for it. And what you would need is a headshot, main thing. Even if you do not have a reel, it's okay. You can still get by, but a headshot for sure. And if you can shoot even a 1 minute 30-second video reel, do that of like two different scenes. Um, and get on these casting websites and just start applying. But make sure you get good pictures, because if you go to somebody who is like doesn't know how to take headshots, then it's not going to do anything. You need to go to somebody who knows how to do headshots, because that's like a very specific type of photography that not every photographer can do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the main important. But they got to realize that if you want to get on Darman, it's a whole new ball game, basically.
For Darman, for sure, yeah. But those two things that I just mentioned, that's mainly what you need for any anything in this industry is good headshots and a good video reel. But that's what I'm saying. Even if your video reel isn't that good, that's okay. But good
Exactly.
headshots, they're everything.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pavika, for
Thank
sharing
you.
incredible journey and insights with us. And it's been a pleasure getting to know you better. We wish you all the best in the future endeavors. Can't wait to see more of your amazing work. Keep being inspiration. Keep being inspiration. Keep inspiring and shining bright. Wait right there. One sec. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pavika, for being our special guest for tonight.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, everyone. Gonna end the stream. Wait right there.